Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Aiden, and your other host, Daniel.
Hello. How are we?
Now, we're going to do our... We've gone away during the week. We definitely didn't do this half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Our Premier League team of the season so far, as of up until the World Cup. So, the way we've done this is we're only allowed one player from each club.
And I want to reiterate that is so fucking hard. This is one of the hardest things
This is not a drill.
Because you go from one team to another, to another, and then you're like, okay, cool. I've got 6 players now. Okay, I got the top 6 teams. Where do I look for next? And then it's just like, you're like, okay, should I have this person in, this person?
There was some dilemmas. Some people were left out that...
Anyway,
controversial, but we'll explain why.
I think we should... How should we start this? Start with up front or back?
Do I go through my whole thing and then
you go through your whole thing? I want to hear you just speak about yours. I want to hear you speak about yours.
So do you want from attack to defense or
I want defense to attack.
Defense to attack.
I want defense to attack.
Okay. In goal. All right. I've got Liverpool player Alisson.
You got Alisson. Yeah. Okay.
I just don't think any other Liverpool players stood out that much.
Yeah.
You know, like a few have done well, but not as much as some of the other players in this list.
Yeah.
Right back, Monsieur Reece James. Oh
my God!
Look, I know he's injured. I know he's injured now, but up until the injury a couple of weeks ago, he was easily him and Trippier best two right backs in the Prem.
He was I think he was very good. I think James just unfortunate that he picked up a fucking injury, man. Like it's just sad. It's sad. Really is.
Now, next we've got your boy Martinez at centre back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other centre back is a bit of an outside shout. Joachim Anderson from Crystal Palace.
Yeah. He was good.
Yeah.
Last season he was that pair between him and
Mark Gohi.
Yeah, they did pretty well. Yeah. And I think he's done decently this season too.
And at left back, this one changed a lot because I didn't know who to have in.
And remember, we can only
one player from each team.
Yeah.
The best left back easily has been Cancelo.
Oh
Cancelo.
Oh my God.
But that means we obviously know who's not a striker and not in midfield. So
oh my God.
It had to happen. Who else am I going to put there?
Keep going. I want to hear the rest. All
right. In midfield. So I've gone for a 4-4-2, by the way.
Yeah.
In midfield, my two midfielders are Bruno Guimaraes and Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Wingers. Well, one of them's an out-and-out winger. The other can play there. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
On the left, I got Leandro Trossard.
And
on the right, I've got James Maddison.
Okay, on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, look, I did
this. That's not bad. That's actually... No. That works out.
I did this on Footbin. And he has an inform at right mid, so I'm just going to say that. I don't use FIFA to base my stuff on, but he does. You know? And then I've got two strikers. We've already talked about...
It's not going to be...
It's not going to be Haaland. It's going to be Harry Kane and Ivan Toney.
Yeah. Very... You know what, man?
I think... I was staring at this like, how is Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne not in this?
Yeah.
And I was like... but without Cancelo there, who do I put? Andrew. My second thing was Andrew Robertson, but he's been injured most of the season. But he has come back lately, and he's already Liverpool's top assist maker.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not that bad if I bring him in, but I don't like it.
Do you wanna?
Because then I couldn't have Alisson, and who I had there was Dean Henderson.
Righto. Yeah.
So that was my dilemma. But this is the team I ended up going with. Thanks.
Interesting,
it's
man.
good. I like my team. I think it
You
works.
know,
I think it works as well.
Bro, I was
Alright, on
just
to yours.
struggling so much, man.
Yes.
So much.
I'll reiterate, definitely not half an hour before this.
So yeah, it's tough, man. Look, for goalkeeper, it was hard because you mentioned Allison and Liverpool, but I don't know. I felt like there was better out there. I feel like Dean Henderson has had an amazing start to the season under Forest, and has saved 2 penalties back-to-back game weeks. And
Would you argue someone like Dean Henderson stands out more because he faces more shots?
yeah, for sure. But the thing is, though,
No, I'm not. He's
you
definitely a good
miss 100% of
keeper,
the
though. Yeah.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't try.
Yeah.
I know it's the
Yeah.
goalkeeper. It's a bit ironic be the other way around. But
Interesting
I
analogy, but I'll let it slide.
I went with Dean Henderson.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that. I almost had him as well.
You know what though? I think I might make a last minute change.
Ooh.
Seeing that I've gone down that road, but I'm gonna go right back, starting right back.
Yep.
I've gone with. Oh my god! Actually, I can't.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Technical difficulties.
No, it's
We're
fine.
just gonna
No, it's fine.
glitch out of the system real quick.
Stop making a big deal of it. Fucking hell.
No, yeah, go on.
So I've got Ben White in right back. So I've got Ben White in right back. And that's because I think he's been a big part of Arsenal and their defensive structure, and I think he's made way for Saliba coming into the squad, and since he's on the right side now, I feel like he's got pace. He's got the defense of a centre back, and I think he's just really impressing on that side.
That's crazy because he's low down on the list of the best Arsenal players for me. But
Are you
at the
serious?
same time, I'm not mad at it.
Are you
I'm
serious?
not mad at it. Well, if I'm thinking who's the most influential Arsenal player so far this year, I'm putting Odegaard first of all. Then I'm putting, I don't know the order, but ahead of Ben White, I've got Saliba, I've got Xhaka, I've got maybe even Ramsdale.
You know what? You're not wrong in saying this, but at the end of the day, they're all different positions.
I'm not mad at that.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it was hard for me, like,
fullbacks were tough.
Start, like I said, pick from each team. It's like, oh my god, there are so many a lot of different teams out there. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But remember, you cannot have the same team twice.
Yeah.
Yes, all be different.
Yeah, definitely let us know your teams as well.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. And even if you may agree with most of ours, and maybe you have a couple of swaps, I know I would with my team that I have now. You're happy with yours. I'm not too happy with mine because I could have sat on this for ages, but I just thought, in terms of what I remember, in terms of the impact they've had in the games that I've watched, which are most of them, but in regards to Arsenal anyway. I thought Ben White has impressed me the most.
That's interesting. I'm very...
Not the most. Sorry, not the... No. Not the most. Not the most. When I say the most, I mean he's probably been the best right back in the league. So
yeah.
Apart from James, mate, potentially, but I think he's been a really solid squad play for Arsenal, and I think his efforts are really underrated. And
he's filling in at right back, to be fair, and he's doing amazing.
Shift, bro.
I mean, he got his England call up from it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like he's shown his range, and I think he's a really good player.
I'm really interested to see who you have everywhere else now.
Yeah,
because he's not.
I've got in centre back.
Yep.
Right centre back. I've got Thiago Silva.
Yeah,
so I got Thiago Silva in there because I needed someone from Chelsea.
From Chelsea, the only two people from Chelsea I would considered was James and Silva.
Yeah, so James, I opted with Ben White instead.
Yeah.
And I've gone with Thiago Silva because I just feel like he's best of that lot, and you guys are doing okay, and surely one of your players joined the team. So next one, I've got the same as you. I've got Martinez.
I love how you say we're doing okay. I wouldn't even say that well of us, but
look, man, I think both of us are in the similar position.
But
it's funny because we've got two centre backs. We've got two centre backs here.
Yeah.
This get this right. I've got two centre backs here. Martinez and Thiago Silva, and they're not even the best like defensive teams. But
No.
it's just in terms of
Picking one player from
teams
every
that I
team,
have
yeah.
available after I pick all the other positions. Like I feel like Martinez and Thiago Silva would be a solid pairing. Would be a really solid pairing anyway. I think those two. I think Martinez could easily clean up after Thiago Silva.
I see that working.
And vice
to be
versa. I
honest.
think they would be
I
actually really
I
good.
actually do see that working. To be
Yeah,
honest.
really good partnership. But we'll never see it, obviously.
Yeah, and the thing is, you think, like, if I was watching this, I'd think, oh, I could whip up that team easy.
no.
I know that's what I thought when I thought of the idea of doing it. I'm like, oh, I could whip that up.
And then when
he said,
hang on,
it's
and
gonna
then
be-
when you even told me to start doing, it, I'm like, bro, it won't take me that long. And then then
it's-
I come up with this team
it's not easy.
in well enough time. And like I said, there's definitely room for
Yeah.
improvement. But anyway,
keep going.
I've got Cancelo left back, so ultimately that means Brout hasn't made it. And again, like left backs, very scarce.
Yeah.
Very
It's- honestly,
fucking scarce.
Put down in the comments what options are there other than Cancelo and maybe Robertson. Honestly, I couldn't. Chilwell's been injured for.
I'd love to
Chilwell's
know
been
too.
injured for too long.
People
too
say
long.
Shaw
Cook
recently.
around, Shaw's been for a little bit.
Malacia,
like they're both kind of
if
done.
he stayed in
Yeah.
the squad, maybe, but nah.
Yeah.
I still
know.
would have picked Martinez over him. Though.
Who's? I don't even know.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it.
Sessegnon? No.
No. Well, yeah, he's
Not
a left
terrible,
back. He
but-
hasn't done too bad, but Perisic is taking his spot sometimes,
Yeah.
so it's hard for
don't know
consistency
who-
with him there. All right, so I'm just gonna move on to midfield. So
Yep.
I've got as a right midfielder, I've got
It's a 4-4-2, yeah.
Yes, it's a 4-4-2.
Yes. Sorry. Go.
Fuck. I've got Miguel Almiron. Right? So Miguel Almiron,
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
he's played his best season
Yeah.
ever forever, like anywhere, and I think he's showing.
How many years later?
Yeah, but well,
No time to turn up like the present.
I think everyone can see the investment now in terms of Newcastle, and
Yeah.
I think I think he's just turned a new leaf, and he can score, he can assist, he can whip balls in. He's fast, like he's quick, like I swear he's gained an extra 10 strides in pre-season.
Yeah.
His dribbling, his technical
Got that
ability is
he's-
fucking awesome. Like I've loved watching him.
He's one of those confidence players.
Yes.
Where one goal goes in and he's just up and about.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He's everywhere. He's banging in goals for fun. Gets maybe a little bit of luck here and there, but that's what happens when you're playing with confidence. You just
Yeah,
running at him.
absolutely. Yeah,
gets the
man.
ball, he runs at him.
You find yourself in the right
Mate,
position.
Newcastle was so fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, they are good.
It made me
They are
realise when Chelsea played Newcastle, I'm like, whoops. There goes the phone. Made me realise when Chelsea played Newcastle, I'm like, wow, we're a boring side at the moment. But,
good. Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Anyways, keep going with your team.
So,
I got to stop interrupting you. Keep
No,
going.
you're
Keep
right,
going.
man. You're right. I've got, bro. How many times do I waffle on, please? I've got James Maddison in the
Yeah.
midfield.
Same as me.
Pretty self-explanatory. I think he's
How
been
many of
very
the same players
creative.
have we had so far?
What?
How many of the same players have we had so far?
Uh,
Martinez, Cancelo, Madison. Only 3.
Yeah,
It's
so it's
pretty
not-
different
yeah,
teams actually.
I-
Usually we come up with the same shit.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because we think
Yeah.
pretty well. You know, we think pretty differently when it comes to football sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially with the choice of team. Anyway, so James Maddison, I think he's done very well, and
Yes.
I think he's been a standout player for Leicester. I think him and Tillemans, man, have really
Ooh, yeah.
kept their team in there. And yeah, they're really missing Schmeichel, Leicester, but I still feel like Maddison is putting in like a top effort, and I think in terms of his threat, he's a big player. So
He forced Southgate to pick him. Like, I swear he didn't want to pick him, but there was just no choice. You couldn't not take him.
yeah, exactly. That's the sort of season he's having, and I've got to put him in there because there are plenty of other midfielders, like we all know. But my midfield is pretty. You know what? My body is pretty weak. Like going through my middle of my team because
Really? Keep
I
going,
don't have
keep
much. So because I couldn't have any centre forwards, and because this man can play at the top of a diamond of a midfield, I put in Bobby. putting Bobby Firmino.
Interesting.
Yeah, for my Liverpool player, I think he's definitely showing. It's unlucky he didn't get a call up. Very unlucky he didn't get a call up, I feel. But I feel like Bobby, he's revitalized. He's revitalized, and you see it, and he still has the touch, and he's still got the scoring touch, and I don't think he doesn't get lost in that Liverpool team, and he's just always relied upon.
Old reliable.
And when Nunez was out, when Jota was injured, he was there. He was scoring goals, assisting, and he allowed Diaz to still play well. Allowed Salah to still stay in games. Like, bro, he brought in those boys. So I feel like Bobby definitely deserves a spot. My formation isn't the greatest, but I just thought I need to put in Bobby there.
That's all right. That's interesting as well.
And then
next up,
I've got Trossard. I've got the same Trossard. I think again he's a player that's gone to another level, and has just part of the best Brighton player, I reckon. Then McAllister.
Yeah, knocking on the door for that top 6 move.
Yeah, I reckon.
I'm almost at that point where I'm going to say top 7.
Top 7, yeah.
Newcastle's they're there now. Honestly, they're there.
No, someone has to bottom out then.
Who's bottoming out?
Someone leaves at 6. It's going to be Tottenham.
Spurs, yes.
Finally, we got there. It's Tottenham, let's be honest. They've got to drop out. I think everyone watching
if Conte can't
said
help
that
them,
in unison.
No
one can. Just leave them, bro.
Well, so what's the midfield? Tell me the midfield again.
So I've got Almiron, Maddison, Bobby Firmino, and Trossard. Leandro Trossard. And
no one's helping that defense, but continue on.
and then up front, I've got Kane and Tony.
Yeah.
Kane and Tony.
Yeah.
I'd put Tony in there because I've got no Brout. I've got no Brout. Honorable mention though, I was so close to having Gabriel Jesus in there, man. I was so close because I don't care if he hasn't showed up the last 7-8 games. Yeah. I think people fail to see what he does for that squad.
He does everything.
I'm sick of these casuals telling me that he's not. He just had a solid start and that's it. I don't want to hear it because
I told you
you
that.
Don't watch him. You don't watch him. Man.
I said he's not. He was being compared with like goal scorers like Haaland and Kane and stuff, and he's not. That's not the type of player he is.
I've heard it elsewhere anyway, man. Yeah, honestly, it's just when you freshly watch an Arsenal game, it's easy to say, oh yeah, what the
he's
Jesus
one of
do?
He's one of the most impactful players there.
Like he stays on.
He does everything but score.
And he gets selected every week. So that if that doesn't say anything, then he's an honourable mention though. I've got Ivan Toney in there. He's been electric, and Harry Kane, because there's no one else good at Tottenham. So
that's about right. You know, that sounds about right to me.
Son obviously is been injured, and
no,
but
this season Son has not had the most amazing.
I don't think he scored only a couple of goals. I think he hasn't done too well.
No one else I'd really put in. I can't really go past Kane.
So that's my team of the season so far. I imagine there will be changes. I think Trossard will probably drop off. I believe that. Trossard drops off, and Bobby probably won't be featuring as much as they would like. He would like. I think once Nunez which he's picked up now, I think he's gonna consistently be there. Unless it just depends on the team they play to. If they want to pass through, they get Bobby. If they want to run through, you obviously get Nunez. But yeah, so.
Yeah. Got a few honourable mentions.
Go for it.
So, you gave Jesus an honourable mention, talking about him at striker. I had another name that I thought you were going to say.
Go for it.
Mitrovic.
Dude, I looked at Fulham and I thought Mitrovic, but I thought Tony above him too, because I just feel like that's a tough one, man. They're so hard.
Initially I put Mitrovic there, and then I'm like, Ivan Toney, he has to go in ahead of him.
No, I had that feeling too. They're big. He's scored the winners against City, and I think that probably did it for me, if I'm honest, man. I got him over the line.
Yeah.
Got him over the line.
And I'd say, and more honourable mentions, you got your Haaland, you got your Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, bro, honorable mentions is just
It's
every
just them two.
every player in the
Yeah.
top 5 that couldn't make it because one teammate made it.
And I've got 2 honourable mentions here that you had in your team, Thiago Silva and Dean Henderson.
Yeah, nice.
And then a
Yeah.
couple more that we haven't mentioned. I did mention actually Saliba. I almost had him in. Another one that really was really close, very very close. I'm saying Kieran Trippier.
Yeah,
I think he's
Trippier,
different gravy.
Odegaard for me, but yeah, Ben White. But yeah,
Then my last honourable mention, who almost got into midfield, it's a very left field shout. Palhinha from Fulham. Midfielder.
Yeah. He's been consistent. I mean,
flies
there's
under
no
the radar, but he
no
controls the
team
midfield.
that's. By the way, Fulham's 9th at the moment, so there's no team that's going to be up in that half of the table in the Premier League without a decent midfielder, and it makes sense.
Well, you look at the game, the United Fulham game. He was very good.
Yeah,
He was very good.
very
Very good.
Yeah, look, man. At the end of the day, I think
Him and Casemiro going back and forth. I think just winning balls left, right.
yeah, it was cool. It was a good little, it was like a pinball match almost, man. It was good. It was good. It's always good to see 2 solid defensive midfielders, and being able to pass the ball, like basically on a string. So yeah.
Well, just to remind you quickly of our teams, I've got Allison in goal, Reece James right back, centre halves Joaquim Anderson and Martinez. Got Cancelo left back. Then I've got in midfield Odegaard, Bruno Guimaraes. Wingers Madison and Trossard, and at striker Kane and Tony.
Yeah, that's a good
quickly
team,
remind us of yours.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So left back, in goals, I've got Dean Henderson, I've got Cancelo left back, Martinez, Thiago Silva, and then Ben White right back. Then I've got Trossard on the left mid. Then I've got Bobby Firmino and James Maddison in the middle. Miguel Almiron on the right, and then Tony and Kane up front with, as also the honourable mention. I cannot mention that enough because I think, it was really tough.
Yeah. Well, let us know which team you think is better. Not necessarily who would win in a match, but who do you think got more of the best players? You know what I mean?
It would be an interesting lineup, man. It would be back and forth because Bruno, Guimaraes, and Odegaard versus Bobby. Bobby and Madison. Like, that is the most.
You don't have a 6.
No, there's no 6.
No.
It'd be a great game.
I was worried that we didn't really have much defensive cover. Like, Guimaraes is it. And then Odegaard's an attacking player, Madison attacking, Trossard's on the left attacking.
Bro,
I was like,
games,
there's not much in there. And then you said Madison and Bobby. I'm like, calm.
Yeah, calm, bruv, calm.
Bruv.
Nah, appreciate. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And that's our team of the season.
Let us know
who would win between us two,
and
and if you guys would
let us know your
team
thoughts,
as well.
your teams, what we did wrong, if anything.
Plenty.
Not
I
playing
promise
not
you that.
playing a 6 is, you know.
Oh, don't, bro. What are you gonna do? It's like
Nah,
you
just
said,
joking,
it's
just
tough.
joking.
But let us know.
It was harder. It was a lot harder than you'd think it was. And yeah, and we'll do more little games like this in the future, hopefully.
Yeah,
It's fun. I actually enjoyed putting my team together. As annoying as it got to at times.
I didn't at all.
That's because you did it 10 minutes ago.
No, I did it 5 minutes ago.
Nah.
That's why I dropped my phone before. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you in the next segment.